Hi everyone, welcome to Get Ready with me, Louise. So today we're going to be playing with the new Huda Beauty Empowered palette. I have thoughts, but I don't know. This is the look we're going to be recreating on this side. I do feel like this is a palette I'm going to have to play with again, to be honest and to be fair, but I have thoughts. So let's take a look at the packaging. It's nice and hard, very sturdy, very stable, nice friendly travel, all that sort of stuff. Good to travel with. I like the packaging. We're back to having her beautiful eyes on it again. And then this is what the inside looks like. Now, right off the bat, I will say there's two like water activated liner shades or really like cream gel kind of shades in it. They're supposed to be used for liner. I mean, they can be used for all sorts of things, but liner is what I would use it for if I was going to use it, but chances are I'm not going to use it. Now, with that said, in the price tag of $67 and you're already knocking out two of the shadows, it kind of has me like, you know what I mean? Now, I have bought almost all of her palettes that are like this, maybe all of them even, to be honest, because I really, really do love these palettes. I do. And I just don't know, and you'll see why. So let's go ahead and start off, and the first shade we're going to go into is Best Self. And we're going to use that as our crease transition shade, whatever you want to call it. Now, the quality of these shadows are great. You know what I mean? They're buildable, blendable, easy to use, beginner friendly, the whole 9 yards. They really truly are. So I don't have any issues as far as that goes, okay? Here's the thing. We've got so many releases right now, right? So it's kind of like, or not even think of the newer releases. Think of what you have in your collection already. Let's look at it like that also. Sorry if the thing's shaking. But, I mean, is this a palette that will wow you? Like, does it have the wow factor in a sense? You know what I mean? And that's what I'm going to show you. Does it have that? So, alright, so I got that shade on, and like I said, it applied very beautifully, nicely, easily, pigmented, blendable, the whole 9 yards. Alright, now let's go into Legacy. There's just a little bit of kick up. I was blowing off a cat hair, if you were wondering. And I feel like a lot of these shades are kind of the same. Like, you can kind of see the difference in them. Don't get me wrong. Like, this is a much darker shade than the previous one. But I feel like if I would have applied this with a light hand, I could have, gotten the shade. Now, is it nice, though, due to, like, blending and having the nice gradual, color change? Yes, it is. And it's good for blending also. So I don't have an issue really with that. I do understand where people are coming from with like repeated shades and all that though. But I get why they do it. It doesn't mean it's my personal preference or anything like that, but I do understand why. Okay, I'm just kind of going back in with that first brush. I really didn't apply anything. I'm just sort of blending. Blending. Okay, I'm going to take that same Legacy shade and we're going to run it under the lower lash line. And may have went a little bit too much. Not thinking. But that's alright, we can fix it. And that's why I said I will do another look with this palette because I want to see. I just want to see. Like, I don't want to say on a first use whether it's good or not. Like, I know if something's going to wow me, don't get me wrong. And when I first got this palette, I really, really did think it was going to wow me. I did. Because I generally love her palettes. I love the color stories and everything. Alright, now I'm going to go into the shade Visionary. And I'm going to pop that on the lid. And this shade's got like a mix of the bronze and like a purple in it going through it. I do like the way they look when they're like that, but at the same time, once you mix them, you kind of like lose. Okay. Then I thought, man, that kind of looks really dark, right? So I then decided to go into Do It, which it is a little bit lighter than the previous shade, but it's kind of like, it's like an orange bronze instead of like a pinky bronze almost. It is a little lighter, but you really can't see the difference, to be fair, in these two shades on the lid. Now on the arm you can, and I'll show you in a minute. I mean, you kind of can see a difference, I suppose, but again, not much of it. But if you're looking for a gradient, and I do see. And I also think that these shades they're not my color story. As much as I wanted them to be, I just don't think they are, and I think that holds part of the problem for me also. Okay. Let me go back into Visionary. And I didn't spray these brushes. I did get a little bit of fallout this time. I didn't on the previous side because I went in with a lighter hand. I'm sort of just packing it on right now. But it does, just brush away nicely. There's really, let me show you the two shades. So this is Doing It. This is the shade I got closest. And then this is the shade I put Visionary. And let me show you on my hand. I mean, they're creamy as can be. Okay, that one is Doing It. And this is Visionary. So you can see a color difference in them. But on the lid, you can sort of, again, see it, but not really. You know what I mean? So it's like, did we need both of these? So now I've got 4 shades, the 2 mattes that I used, and now the 2 shimmers, and I'm like, did we need both of them? It's like, did we? Maybe we did. And I think it also depends on, I'm going to take the Bold Moves very easily, and I'm going to pop it in my inner corner. It's the lightest shade in the palette, so that's all I got. I mean, I could have used my highlighter, which isn't a problem, but I wanted to stick with the palette, technically. But I do think that this is just a little bit too dark, technically, for me. But it just is what it is. Okay. So this is where I'm headed. The shades in here are so pretty, so creamy and buttery, and the only problem is that these shades are not my shades. Are they beautiful? Absolutely. Like these 2 golds, they're beautiful. Wait until you see them. All right, so Limitless is this one. Look at that. Look at it. It's beautiful. And this is Charisma. Look at that. I mean, they're beautiful golds, right? But again, they're so close in a sense, number one. And number two, I don't wear gold. And I know that. And yet it's just so pretty and mesmerizing that I bought it, is what it boils down to be honest. I'm going to have glitter everywhere, y'all. Gold glitter everywhere. And let me curl my lashes. I went with the warmer tone look. I could have went with the cooler tone. And I know I would have loved it if I would have went cooler. That I know. But at the same time, I was like, oh, well, I can get that look out of anything, you know? Or almost. I'm using brown mascara today also because I thought it would just look better with this look, to be honest, also. It's the Dream Pop by Charlotte Tilbury. I love this color. And if I was, and I do like the fact that it does have the water activated liners and stuff in it. If you're a person that does liners, I don't really do them often, but I do like that there's like a brown and a black. I'm not gonna lie. Especially for like other people. Maybe not so much for myself, but for others. I do like that. And then I'm just going to put it on the lower lashes. And then for my waterline, I just use the ColourPop, I forget what shade it is now. It's just like a skin tone color. I don't even know where I put it. Oh, I think this is it. It is. I use the shade Honey Dude for my waterline. So this is the final look. Using the Huda Beauty Empowered Palette. Is this a pretty look? Yes. Is this my look? No. But that's okay. Here's my dilemma with it. Do you need it? If you do, and it's your color story, I think you'll love it. But if it's not, right now I'm going to say no. Not $67. You can buy a mini Natasha, or a midi Natasha Denona palette. You could buy Lunar Beauty. You could buy Laura Lee. Her brand, Laura Lee Los Angeles palette. I mean, there's 1,000 palettes out there that are going to be better. You know what I mean? Or not better, but the same even. Like, this isn't bad by no means. No means. But it's not like, ooh. Like, for example, like, it's not Pat McGrath. These little two palettes. Even these, I mean, are gorgeous. Next video, don't worry. But you know what I mean? Like, that's giving you something. This isn't giving me nothing. It has no inner corner for me, so that's, kind of not a big deal, but kind of is when you're paying that kind of money. Like, you kind of do want it all in one thing. And the color story really, truly, it is not my color story at all. And I knew that going in, and I probably shouldn't have got it. But the fact that I like makeup, and I like her formula, like I like all these colors as far as formula. It's just I wouldn't wear them. And I think there's like maybe 2 looks in here that I really would enjoy wearing. And that's it. Creating this palette. I think this look is fine, but no, it's not my favorite. No, it's not something I'm going to create again, because it's just not my look. But it could be somebody else's. You know what I mean? And you'd be happy because it's a good formula. So I don't know, y'all. I'm just going to have to play with it more. That's all I got. I just got to play with it more and see. As of right now, I mean, out of all the palettes that I have received lately, buying for like the Christmas season, this is the least on my list, to be honest. I would rather have the 2 Tarte palettes right here for I believe less than that palette, and you get 2. And really, out of those 2, it's like, no. This one here I really enjoyed. This was my favorite out of them, the Gilded. But really, if you combine the 2, almost you'll have that palette without the, of course, the liquid liner part of it, the water activated colors. So I think that it depends on what textures you're looking for, what color story you're looking for. And if that matches this, then you'll love it. If that doesn't match this, I'd skip it. That's the way I'm going to go with it for now. I will continue to play with it and see. I'll definitely do another look, probably a cooler tone look. But I'm sure the formulas are fine. I'm sure the look will turn out great, you know, just like this one. It's just based on color story. That's what it's going to be based on. But that is all I have for you today. I hope this video helped in some way. I know it's a little wishy-washy on my opinion on it. But again, it's just my opinion. If you love it, love it. You know, I'm glad, because it's not a cheap palette. But at the same time, I feel like I won't. But if I was that, because I'm just not that type of person. Whether I like it or not, I would return it. But I'm not like that, so I'm keeping it. Plus, the collector in me has to have it anyway, so you know, it is what it is. I'm a fool. We all know this. So, that is all I have for you today. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, if I could spit the words out. Subscribe, ring the bell, hit all, that way you're notified when I do upload. I upload every day but Sunday, but I have been uploading on Sundays lately due to all the palettes coming in. And I'm trying out and showing, you know, no fancy anything, no fancy lighting, no fancy editing, no fancy filters, nothing like that. Cameras, nothing. So, that is all I have for you. Until next time, stay safe, stay healthy. Bye.